Hey guys, I just wanted to take a quick look at some Lir Deepswimmer battles because it's the new legendary summoner, the airdrop that we just had a week or so ago, and I really had the first chance to play with it over this last quest because I just finished my daily quest. It was a Water Splinter quest, and obviously the it's a 7-mana summoner, so it's really good in high mana matches. But I was really surprised at how well it did. So I'm going to highlight 3 battles here. So I think it was this one, right? Yeah, there's Lir. So this is Lir versus Yodin Zaku. And Yodin's been dominating for quite a while now, ever since its airdrop. You know, it has the blast, it has the what do you call it? I mean, the blast is the main thing, but the +1 on the ranged attacks and all that kind of stuff. So it's been doing really, really well. And so Lir has 2 armor. It's got blind. It's got return fire, and return fire is that really critical part for this. So let's drop the music here for a second, and so we'll see. Okay, so we get our armor buff, and we get our blind debuff, and our return fire. So, and this is super sneak and slow. So obviously we want to keep the slower monsters. And see, we're returning fire on the Cyclops there, returning fire on Halfling Alchemist. And you know, because it's for everybody, even when they get blast from Yodin Zaku, it still hits them back, 2 times. So that's pretty fantastic. I put the thorns and the heal from the sea monster into the rear position because of the sneak aspect of this match. And so, snipe with blast is always, difficult, but because it's a ranged snipe, or as opposed to a magic snipe, then it gets return fired 3 ways, which is great. And stun doesn't really matter on Lord Arianthus. We're hitting back on the, what is that, Fireballer? Yeah, Goblin Fireballer. And half the Alchemist is almost done. The 1 attack on my Furious Chicken doesn't do much. And we get blasted. There goes my healer. It returns fire to no damage because of Cyclops' shields. Lord, this returns fire, at least does a 1 damage. And now this will take out Halfling Alchemist. That's gone. Redemption hits, -1 all around. Good thing we have shields. Or, sorry, armor. But it's on a shield, And we get some thorn action. Reducing the parasitic growth there. So 3 return fires on the fire beetle. It's down to 1 health. And we got a miss. That's a good miss. And Pirate Archer Blast. He's only got 2 ranged attack, but it's a good 2. And here we're about to take out the Cyclops, all the return fires. So we barely ever touched the Cyclops on attack, but it's just return fire, just whittling away. And it's looking bad for me right here. But I've got the Sea Monster. Sea Monster is a great choice in this particular rule set because 3 is medium speed, but he has the thorns and the heal, which is great. There goes Fire Beetle on blast, or on return fire rather. All right. There goes my Lord Arianthus, but we're going to take out the Goblin Fireballer in return. All right, so now It's looking like it's going to be in Gank's favor here, but we got the heal and the thorns, and the heal is pretty much enough to cover any incoming damage, which is great. And there goes Lord Arianthus. So now, I'm getting -3 and +4. So I can't lose at this point. And just take him out on thorns, and there we go. So Lir beats Yodin Zaku, Lir Deepswimmer. So it's a great counter. All right, so let's look at another battle. Yeah, this was against Pizza Chain. I always get the feeling that Pizza Chain's a bot, but I don't really know that for sure. All right. So this was quite a lineup here. So you can see that it's running a Selenium Summoner, and it's Equalizer and Close Range. So, the ranged attacks can fire from the first position in close range, and Equalizer, everybody has the same health. So we ended up with 12 health for everybody. And, because you have such high health in Equalizer, I always like to focus damage on one spot. In this case, I went with the front spot. So I've got some debuffs from Phantom of the Abyss and from Naga Windmaster. So Demoralize is -1 melee. We've got 2 Headwind, so it's -2 range. We've got Silence, so it's -1 on magic. And then, of course, everybody has Return Fire. Chain Golem has the Void, and Cornelius has the Magic Reflect. So it's pretty good defense against magic. Now, he didn't go, he's got 3 magic here, but it's, decent. So we've got 4, 4, and 3. Selenium Summoner buffs the range, so we've got a 5 here and a 4 here once the Summoner buffs are deployed. And yeah, I bumped up my speed a little bit. No speed buffs or debuffs on Pizza Chain's team here. So that's, a lot of the high mana matches, the higher mana cards are not so speed modifying. So that's great. And so yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. So we got 2 blasts here, which is tough to deal with normally. But I've got Void for the magic. I've got Magic Reflect, and I've got Return Fire. So that's pretty strong defense there. Let's go ahead and take a look. So you see 5 and 4, then down to 3 and 2 on the ranged. So that's good. Returning Fire on the Lightning Dragon. Return Fire. Got Reflects going back and forth. There goes the Spineback Turtle. And my Chain Golem's getting stunned. That's okay. He's mostly there as a tank rather than a damage dealer. And boom. There we go. So now you see that the Lightning Dragon, which is a very strong card, is getting whittled down with each attack. So we're only in round 3. It's down to half. And there goes. So 1, 1. Okay. That one's gone. Now it's getting hit on the blast with the Ruler of the Seas. And that'll about do it. So having having a high mana match and losing 0 monsters is pretty good. I would say that is an unusual situation. So Lir is very, very strong on the defense. And let's go to the last one. This was kind of an odd one. We had this was a back to basics, so no abilities on the monster side, and it was lost magic, so there was no magic. And Davidtron went for Mimosa Nightshade here. Now, Mimosa Nightshade is great for a back to basics when you have magic, because it absorbs all the incoming magic with the void on all monsters. So, but in the Lost Magic rule set, that's a really strange choice. So, you're basically stuck doing ranged attacks. So Lir's a great choice for that situation because obviously the return fire and the +2 on armor. So, I'm not really sure what was going on in David Tron's head here, but you can see on my lineup, I put up a Peaceful Giant in front. It's got the high health, so it can absorb a lot of damage, and it's returning fire each time. And then I put the Warchang, I don't know how you say that, in position number 2, because it's got the ranged attack, and then when Peaceful Giant gets knocked out, it'll move to the front, and then it has a melee attack, and all the rest just ranged, just trying to do as much damage with as much health as possible. And you can see that it's organized in the order of health. So let's see how that all goes. He's got some decent attacks here. So there goes Spineback Wolf. Dark Haon has a lot of health. That's a good choice, and a high damage output. But, I got a lot of damage to deal, so that works out. Chicken, really strange choice again in high mana, because that's great in Back to Basics for low mana, but for highs, strange. So yeah, that was it. Barely lost anybody. So, Lir, I'm a fan.